everyone, David Theriault here. I'm here to talk to you about my CIA AV strategies for starting off units and lessons with engaging activities for students. This is part three. So part one, we covered curiosity. Part two, we covered ignorance. And today we're going to talk about the power of using art in your classroom in really any subject at all. And why is art so important in distance learning? Especially like what's going on today. Well, art is a way for students to process information. It's a way for them to help information kind of get into their soul and their spirit. We, as little kids, we love drawing, we love Play-Doh, we like creating, we like making things, we love hand-on things. And when we ask students to make something that's in relationship to something else, it helps them see connections. It also helps them, like a lot of times I'll put the artwork together for my blog post before I start writing, because then I can see the themes I want to talk about, the mood I want to create. It helps me organize stuff, etc. So there's a lot of things going on in the creation of art. So, and these are just a couple of things that some of my students have made during the quarantine and maybe even before the quarantine. There's a painting. A student of mine really liked sewing. And then also we do these little book spine poems. So let's just talk a little bit about how I use art in my classroom. So one of the units that I do is I do a unit on slavery, and we read the narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass. For a lot of my students, it's the first time for them to read firsthand accounts, detailed firsthand accounts of what it's like to have been a slave. We also watch some videos and read about modern slavery. And the students end up doing a research report on slavery using an essential question that they've chosen themselves using the question formulaic technique. So, but one of the things I do in this unit is I introduce them to Barbara Kruger and her artwork. And the students all find her artwork very interesting, and they always feel like it looks really similar. And I tell them it is really similar because all of my students know Supreme. And Supreme copied or transformed, not really whatever. They kind of stole Barbara Kruger's, her aesthetic, right, to create their own logos for their skateboarding company. And I actually show the students a video about how that happened and then how they did something mean to somebody. So Barbara Kruger actually created a pop-up making fun of Supreme because she allowed them to use her logo, but they wouldn't let somebody else use their logo, which didn't seem very nice. And we end up talking about like speaking your truth to power. And so then my students end up using Barbara Kruger's artwork to inform a piece of art that they create that they're going to use inside of their research report, okay, on slavery. So that's just one example of using art for a unit. And it helped my students kind of see a little bit more about the topic itself. And they did a research report with a lot of writing, right? But the art was a part of it. During the quarantine, I actually had my students, we did a unit on remix culture and innovation and how innovation comes through remix. And as part of it, I demonstrated for my students taking album covers that I really liked and remaking them into my own. This is a picture of me. This is a picture of me. And then so my students actually remixed and made album covers, which was really cool as part of this unit. And they really enjoyed doing it. They ended up sharing these in Canvas discussions so the whole class could see each other's stuff. And then they used it in a piece of their writing. All of my units and lessons end with a piece of writing that the students publish on a WordPress blog, and actually made a WordPress blog for all of my students to be in one place called ourquarantine.org. And it was really amazing to see all of their artwork and their writing. So here's some more of the remixed album covers. Some of you might recognize some of these album covers if you listen to modern music. And the students just really enjoyed it. It helped them come to grips with what's going on. It helped them take something that they understand and they know, which is a specific music artist, but then transform it into their own world and then use it as a part of their learning. Okay. And then you can see that a lot of these became kind of the cover work for their pieces of writing on our blog right here, which was really cool. Okay. And then you might be saying to yourself, like, well, I don't know anything about art, David, like at all. So how am I going to use art in my classroom? Well, I got something for you here. So there is a YouTube channel called The Art Assignment. And in the art assignment, the uh, the person who created this, Sarah Green, she will go through and she'll give like a brief history of an artist, and then the artists themselves will give your students an art assignment to do. And a lot of these art assignments you can actually use as an intro for whatever learning you're going to be doing for the week or for the month. And then she even has a book that she just came out with called "You Are an Artist: Assignments to Spark Creation." They're really great. You could buy the book. I don't get any kickbacks for this, but I put the link there so you could buy it. Maybe buy it on like somewhere else besides Amazon. It's up to you. But you can use the YouTube channel for free, or you can get the book if you want, and that would be a really easy way for you to be able to bring art into your classroom. Okay. And that's it. And next time, so we've done curiosity, ignorance, art. That's the CIA. And now we're going to go to the second A, which is audio podcasts. And we're going to talk about that in our next video. Hope to see you. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.